This shiur is for the merit of Rachel Chaya Batzara, and continuing here what we did in terms of the spiritual applications and angles of Shabbat and Tchumin. For those of you who didn't get what the sense of the Tchum yet, I guess you have a problem. Anyway, we spoke about previously about, and I'm sure, if not all of you, many of you really had to do with this question of why the Torah told me I cannot do this melacha, this work, or that kind of labor, and so on and so forth. What does it really have to do with Shabbat? And we explained previously on Learn a Little Bit Torah, we explained that not doing melacha is a way for reflecting the sense of emunah. Emunah means to believe. Why? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us to work. Told us to rest, therefore we rest, and that's a matter of emunah. Why is that a matter of emunah? And I'm sure it's something that you all ask yourself, what does this have to do with emunah? I believe in God, so it means why do I don't have to work on Shabbat if I believe in God? What's the issue with this? What's the problem with that? And for that, we need to understand things to put things in a different light. Why do we need to work? I'm sure some of you, not the lazy ones, but some of you ask yourself a question, why do I need to work? So, in a very simple way, people tell you need to work because you need to buy food, you need to buy this and that. So I'm going to ask you a question, why do I need to buy food? And I'm sure it's something that I hope at least all of you asked. Why do I need to do that? It will be like a father would tell his son, well, you want me to, you need to pay me for giving you food. You need to pay me for giving you shelter. I am not, at a certain point you're going to tell the dad, say, listen, I didn't ask you to bring me here to this world. You brought me here. All right, you got to pay for it. You got to have some responsibility. And that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu says. You're not supposed to. The Torah says, you need to take care of your kids. You can't put a price tag. Of course, at a certain age, you're supposed to take care of yourself. Mommy doesn't need to do your laundry when you're 25 years old, or fix your bed, or change your sheets, Right? Pinocchio?
Yeah, I do my own.
Very good boy. So now, why do we need to work? Why did the Kadosh Baruch Hu did not provide us with the things just like this? He does it to the cows. A cow doesn't need to work; it eats grass. So of course that has to do with a thing that we as humans did, and that's the sin of Adam HaRishon. We're giving us a responsibility. We were supposed to do something. Kadosh Baruch Hu said to you, don't eat everything. This one you shouldn't, and we didn't do it. That's a betrayal of a trust. Le'amin is also to believe and to trust, and we didn't trust and we didn't believe. And as a result of that, you got to go to work. But what happened was when we don't believe or we don't do what we're supposed to be doing, instead of creating a place that we could bring the shefa, the abundance, down, we created tzimtzum, a restriction. Because now there is no emunah. So the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and His great kindness cannot come into place. So therefore, because we caused the damage, we need to do something for it. And by doing for it, we have to turn the soil, we have to plant, and we're creating a certain aspect through the 6 days of creation of Chava, because there's tzimtzum, there's restriction. And if you don't go to work, and if you don't, you won't be able to eat or to have a place to sleep, and so on and so forth. And that all becomes from the initial sin. On Shabbat, we were not able, Baruch Hashem, thank God, to damage that. So on Shabbat, there was no place for me to do the harchava, or the damage that we caused did not extend into Shabbat. That's why on Shabbat, we don't do any melacha. The melacha, or the fixing up of the damage, the spiritual damage, that Adam caused in Gan Eden has to be done through those tools. The tools are the 39 tools, the melachot that we have to do, as you could see, and that's why we use the Mishkan as an instrument to measure, what we allowed and not allowed to do. Because those 39 melachot were used to build, in a way, a model of the universe before it was sin. And then you could see, once we finished this Mishkan, building the Mishkan, what happened? HaKadosh Baruch Hu dwelled into the Mishkan. The Shekhinah was there. And the Anan, the cloud of glory, was there. Mm-hmm. So therefore, whatever was used to destroy, we use it now to build. So because of that, those 39 melachot we cannot do on Shabbat. And that's why during the week, even when we eat, during the week we have this selection that is being done. We're separating from the Sitra Achara to the Sitra of Kedusha, from holiness. We separate our body. On Shabbat, that separation, it's done by the food, it's done by themselves. And all the restrictions are being lifted through the Achila, through the food, the eating that we do on Shabbat. And that is cleaning out, cleansing up the soil. Now we could say that by enjoying on Shabbat, that's why you have to eat, and you have to eat well on Shabbat. So if all week long you eat only one meal, on Shabbat you have to eat two. Shabbat you have to have fish, and you have to have good food, and yummy food, and you have to drink wine, and so on and so forth. Because the suffering that we have during the week will cause us ultimately, and that's something that you see all yourselves, right? Rabbi, I can't come to yeshiva to learn because I have to work, or I can't come to yeshiva to learn because of this, or I can't come to yeshiva to learn because of that. This is all something that is a sitra achara, that the evil side, or call it this way, or the impure side has putting upon you. And basically you are saying what it wants you to say. That's why it's a matter of emunah. What do you mean? Come and learn, fix your emunah. The only reason why you have to go to work is because we didn't have emunah. So you have to come to yeshiva to learn, because this is by emunah that you do what you need to do. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will provide you. Why? Because the greatest removal of the tool to remove that dam that we have from the abundance is learning Torah. So you're using the curse even further to put restriction, because you are saying in the open. When you say, Rabbi, I have to go to work, I can't learn in yeshiva, but basically what you're saying to me, in other words, is, Rabbi, I don't believe that God gives and provides. I need to do it myself. You're basically doing whatever Adam HaRishon did. There's a certain, and not everybody in that level or high level of emunah like that. And you really need to be a person of tremendous spiritual strength to be able to say, okay, I know that Kadosh Baruch Hu will give me exactly what I need. Yes, He might give me a tent, but that's what I need. I don't need a big house. I don't need a marble on the floor and 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms and golden faucets on the toilet and so on. I don't need those things. That is, all these things that you do doesn't come from the pure side. That desire to have more and more and more, and you'll see it's always on materialistic aspects. I don't see a person says, you know what, I want to learn another Gemara. I want to finish another Masechta. I want to know more. I want to be wiser. I want to be smarter. I want to be closer to God. Nobody says that. Everybody wants a newer car, a better car, a bigger house, and a bigger vacation. I don't understand those things. I know somebody who owns over $100,000 in debt, and they're going on vacation to the Dominican Republic. What, is this for free? Why do you think you are in debt? Because you say, I'm making all this money and I'm still, because there's no bracha in your money. I told this person, I said, how can you do that? You owe money, how do you go on vacation? There's no bracha in your money. You're looking for the wrong things. Have you heard somebody says, oh, I want to have more emunah in my life. How do I go about it? Remember, we have somebody like this who sold his house and stopped doing anything. Now he lives in Israel in Bet Shemesh. We're not mentioning names because we're not mentioning good or bad. He is in Bet Shemesh and learns Torah. That's it. They said, I had enough of this. Yeah, so he doesn't have a fancy car. He has some jalopy car, some gruta, he lives in but he has what I said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu provides me. Every time he did different, he got another whack, he got another stab, he got another, that's what it is. If you are operating this level, beseder. If not, well, okay, why not? You are continuing that. And then people will come and tell you, well, Rabbi, I'm going to lose so much business if I'm not going to be open on Shabbat. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand how the world works. It's a mistake. Why? Because on Shabbat you didn't blemish this enough that you need to fix it on Shabbat. Shabbat is the test of emunah, and that's why you need to put everything inside. Now, all these things that you're going to that you're doing, all this ideas that you get to open this kind of business and to open on Shabbat, to do all these things, this is all an advice of the Yetzer Hara to do the opposite for what you need to do in order to continue putting you into this trap. And that is something that we need to understand. We need to have the simcha on Shabbat. We need to be in happiness, and we need to seek closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu on Shabbat. And we need to really understand what Shabbat is all about. Shabbat is all about letting go. Letting go of the world, understanding, and that's why Chazal Chachamim told us the Shabbat me'ein ha'olam haba. It's like the world to come. So you're going to tell me that you want Mashiach to come? You're going to tell me that you want the world to come? To come to his fix when you are yourself telling me you're not believing in that. Now, of course, it's each one to its level, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you have to be stuck in this level. Because let me tell you this. In the materialistic world, you want more and more and more and more. So therefore, let it be also in the spiritual. At least be equal. You don't see a person that says, I have 3 bedrooms. That's more than enough for me. I don't need more than that. I want 4 bedrooms. I want 5 bedrooms. I want a bigger house. I want a newer car. And you have to understand what you're doing to yourself. You're continuing. It's like you're inside a pit or inside a trench. And the only thing you're doing is keep digging it further down. You're not going to come out in China, if you dig it as far as you can. You just keep on digging further into the hole. And that's why you need to be very, very careful when you come into Shabbat. I asked you yesterday, what did you do yesterday for Shabbat? And I'm sure that most of you said, yes, okay, I heard this, very nice rabbi, very good lecture, but what have you done? Have you done something different yesterday that you prepare for Shabbat? Today is already Thursday. Are you doing something today for Shabbat? Are you feeling Shabbat? You don't feel Shabbat. And you can't wait in Motzai Shabbat till it goes. Well, that's very bad. That's very wrong. That's very wrong. I cannot wait until Shabbat comes. On Sunday I'm depressed. Why? Shabbat is gone, but unless I have a nachama, I have some comfort that Shabbat is going to come again. I told you when I was a kid, my favorite day of the week was Thursday. Why Thursday? Because Friday we used to go half a day to school, and then Shabbat comes around. So for me, the end of the week was not Friday, it was Thursday, because I knew Shabbat is coming around the corner. It was already here. It's not that it's going to come, it's already here. Are you getting ready? Shabbat is the same thing. The concept will be the same thing. Do you want Mashiach to come? Of course we do. What are you doing for it? I mean, everybody will tell you, we're so near, we're so near. You're so near and yet you're so far. It will be like Einstein. The closer, the faster you go to the speed of light, the smaller the mass you'll have in half. Well, we need to use a certain booster to overcome it. And Shabbat is that booster. Shabbat is the dimension that allows us to break away from the laws of gravity, from the hardness of this world, and to escape. And to escape into the domain in which we should be. To escape, not because we don't want to deal with this, to escape the trap in which we keep on doing to ourselves. So, but I'm going to tell you this again. Make sure you do something today for Shabbat. Have a great day.